Hi, and welcome to How to Do Assessments, a look into the VPK assessment. My name is Christina Kosick, and I will be walking you through this little workshop. A little bit about myself. I was born in Danbury, Connecticut. I moved to Palm Coast, Florida back in 1986. In 2003, I graduated from high school and went straight into the Daytona State College program. I obtained my Associates of Science degree in Early Childhood Education in 2006, and now I am currently working towards my bachelor's degree in Early Childhood Education. A little bit about my teaching background. I have been a teacher for 13 years. I have worked with children 6 weeks up to early childhood, which is grade 3, and I have been all sorts of assistants and main teachers. So what exactly is an assessment? An assessment refers to almost any form of measurement and appraisal of what children know and can do. Some types of assessments include tests, observations, and interviews. However, anything can be used as an assessment, even something as simple as your child's classwork. An assessment should be easy to follow. Try not to make it biased. Accommodate all children if possible. If you need help from other teachers, use them as a source. Also, make sure it is organized. Do not wait until the last minute to start on your assessments. Have everything in one place, like a file folder. This way, you know exactly where it is when parent-teacher conferences come around. So the assessment that I'm going to talk about is one that I have personally used here at Sunshine Academy. It is called the Florida VPK Assessments. I have used it for 2 years when I was a teacher. The VPK assessment consists of 3 questionnaire books and an answer booklet. Each questionnaire booklet is for the 3 assessment terms, 1 in September, 1 in January, and 1 in May. The answer booklets are for teachers' use only. The children will not be writing anything down. What we do is, just like in this picture shown below, we show the children one part of the booklet. The other part consists of the question that we will read. We will read the question word for word, not make up our own. Teachers are not to give hints or reread the question. We must mark the first answer given. If a child changes their mind and says something different, we are not allowed to change our answers. To make sure that we are doing this assessment correctly, teachers must be certified. Please look at the DCF website for the classes given. There are 4 areas covered in this assessment: mathematics, phonological awareness, print knowledge, and oral language and vocabulary. The mathematics section consists of 13 questions. Phonological awareness has 14. Print knowledge is 12. The oral language and vocabulary is the only one that has 2 sets of questions. The first set consists of 22 for the first assessment. Second and third assessment consists of 23. However, each one of these areas do have 2 practice questions for the children. This way, they have an idea of how we're working together. The first section is print knowledge. We will be looking at uppercase letters, lowercase letters, and letter sounds. Again, the children will be shown 4 different squares, and it's our job to ask the question on the other side. For example, our question could be, point to the letter B. Another question could be, what letter makes the sound? Phonological awareness talks about blending syllables to form words, combining words to make compound words such as sunshine or cheesecake. Lastly, we take apart the words. For instance, sunshine. Without sun, there's shine. Without cheese, there's cake. Mathematics consists of counting, number recognition, and simple addition or subtraction problems. This addition and subtraction problems are also consisted of word problems. Again, we are only allowed to read the question. We cannot help the child in any way. Oral language and vocabulary consists of the parts of speech, such as nouns, verbs, adjectives, prepositions, and verb tense. Also, expressive and receptive language. This area is more of talking than pointing to anything. What is the cow jumping over? The answer, the moon. What is a bridge used for? The answer would be to cross it from one side to the other. What is the outcome of this assessment? Well, after we answer all the questions and tally up the correct ones, our answer booklets will be given up front, and those answers will be put into the computer systems. From there, parents will receive graphed versions of where their child is compared to the number of questions in that area. For instance, if Johnny answers 10 questions correctly, but there is only 14, parents will be able to see this comparison and be able to see whereabouts their child needs that extra academic help. So this next one, I asked a couple of teachers, what do they think of this assessment? Their pros consisted of one-on-one time with students. They have a visual to show parents during parent-teacher conferences. It shows the teacher what exactly the children know. It's also very extensive. It tracks down each learning skill for each category. Some of their cons include time consuming. One child can take up to 15 minutes to do a booklet. They can be guessing on the questions. For instance, if you know for a fact Johnny does not know what B looks like, and the question is, what one is the letter B, Johnny may just guess. He does have a 1 out of 4 chance of getting it correctly. Some of the answers are too precise. For instance, what is a key used for? The answer must include the word unlock. If it does not, the answer is marked wrong. It does not cover everything that is taught in a classroom, such as rhyming words. However, teachers nowadays are now teaching from the book, looking ahead and seeing exactly what is on there to make sure their children get a high enough score. So where do we stand in comparison to the state of Florida? The only logic that I could find was back in 2013 to 2014 on the last term. As you can see, Flagler County is pretty high up with the state of Florida. This means all the children were ready for kindergarten. Lastly, we'll do an overlook of this assessment. Assessments are used to keep track of a child's development, no matter which assessment type you use. Make sure you use a variety of assessments. Don't just stick with one. Go ahead and use anecdotal records, a video or audio cassette, or a checklist. Checklists are the easiest ones to make sure you get everything you need down. Remember, do not wait until the last minute to record everything. This will cause you and your children stress. Keep it organized. Make sure you have everything in its place. Lastly, make sure everything you do is child-friendly and have fun with it. If a child is stressed out, they will not cooperate. If they're bored, they'll definitely not want anything to do with you. I hope you enjoyed this little workshop on assessments. Have a good night.